It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Gilbert Rugby, Fox 40, Vera Burn Medical Supplies, Les Bag Baron Rings, APAL et Ferme Cavendish, and by Cavendish Farms.
Welcome to U Sports on CBC in the 2024 Cavendish Farms U Sports Women's Rugby Championship, live from the campus of the University of Prince Edward Island. This is Maggie Grimmer, joined by Shannon Atkins, as we get set to bring you today's bronze medal match between the number 5 seed Queen's Gales and the number 6 seed U Ottawa GGs. What do you expect to see out of today's bronze medal game, Shannon?
Well, today will be a very physical game. Both of these teams have strong scrums, and it'll be quite the battle out there. Both want to walk out with a win, obviously, and it'll be big attack.
Absolutely. And earlier on today, we saw the Guelph Griffins take down the Laval Rouge et Or in the 5th place final. Now we're getting you set for the bronze medal game between the Queen's Gales and the U Ottawa GGs. And then later on this afternoon, we will have UVic and UBC in the final. Having a look at the comparison between the teams, very similar records from both teams in their respective conferences. We're going to expect to see a hit-em-up style from the U Ottawa GGs. And then on the Queen side of the ball, very strong in attack, clinical in execution.
Key player to watch today is Siobhan Sheeran out of Queens. She's a 5th-year back row, first-team All-Canadian, and she has been all over the pitch every game she's been in so far this tournament.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the pitch for the U Ottawa GGs, keep an eye on number 4, Ketsia Kamba, 5th-year lock out of Burlington, Ontario. She was named a 2024 U Sports first-team All-Canadian, and she's been key in the forwards for the U Ottawa GGs this tournament. Again, we're getting you set here for kickoff in the bronze medal match between the number 5 seed Queen's Gales and the number 6 seed U Ottawa GGs. We're in for a great game here this afternoon in Charlottetown, coming at you live with kickoff when we return. Stay with us.
Une chose est certaine, ça prend des gens passionnés et dévoués pour satisfaire les normes élevées des fermes Cavendish. Que ce soit pour combler la collation de fin de soirée, compléter le petit déjeuner ou faire plaisir autour de la table du souper. Avec les frites préférées au pays, bouchées de pommes de terre et rondelles d'oignons, vous pouvez compter sur la qualité supérieure des fermes Cavendish à chaque fois. Les fermes Cavendish, faites à notre façon, savourez à votre façon.
Welcome back to Charlottetown in the 2024 Cavendish Farms U Sports Women's Rugby Championship, getting set here for the bronze medal match between the Queen's Gales and the U Ottawa GGs. We'll have a look at the starting lineups for both teams here today.
Some people to watch out of Queens today is Izzy Page. She was first team All-Canadian, as well as Lizzie Gibson, who has a strong tournament. She plays at 12 but shifts into the forwards at points. And also Maddie Donnelly's been playing incredibly well all weekend as well. She seems to find holes in the defense and is able to slip through.
Absolutely, and on the other side of the ball with the U Ottawa GGs, again, keep an eye on number 4, Ketsia Kamba, fifth-year lock, first team All-Canadian. And again, another player to watch is Alicia Comtois. She's been great for the GGs at the prop position in the backfield. Keep an eye on Ngozi Mosindi in the centers. She's been great for Ottawa as well. We're in for a great match here today in Charlottetown. Bronze medal on the line between these two teams. It's sure to be a close, exciting game here, Shannon.
Absolutely. The weather's a little colder than it has been, so the girls will have to account for that. And we're ready to get kickoff here.
Here's the first ball up from Bonds into the backfield, taken there by Comtois for the GGs. Right up into contact is Comtois. Ball will now be recycled by Ottawa. That's Latremoy. Ball into the forwards. And that's turned over in contact by Sheeran. Early turnover for the Queen's Gales. They'll go the other way. Ball now into the backfield, into the hands of the Queen's Gales. Ball recycled quickly. Thompson now into Donnelly. Ball now in the hands of Bonds again. Driving up into contact. Thompson, she'll go to Gibson. Gibson now into Maxie Grant. Ball spilled at the back, cleaned up by Thompson. Good heads-up play there by Thompson. Ball now into the hands of Schneppenheim. Gibson will keep. Good fend there by Gibson, taken down by Kamba. Thompson, she'll go back to the middle of the field. And that ball just off the hands of Jackson. Unfortunate knock on there for Jackson, but a good start for the Queen's Gales early in this game. There's a look at head referee in this bronze medal match, Emma Gallagher. Assistant referees today, Rebecca Matheson and Chris Edge. We've had great officiating all week long here in Charlottetown. So a good start there by Queens, turning the ball over in contact.
Yeah, fast and furious, and Queens was punching it up really well. Unfortunate knock on, and we'll see our first scrum. This should be a good scrum. These are evenly matched teams that both will try to beat out the other here. Big push.
Absolutely. Here's a look at the scrum. Nice flat plane there for both teams. Latremoy will place for Ottawa. Turning a bit there is that scrum. It comes out the back into the hands of Anna Dodge. Latremoy, she'll go back to the short side. Driving up the field is Emma Wade. Latremoy looked to kick that over the top, but keeps it in hand. Ottawa now over the ball. Big counter ruck there from Queens. There's a player down in the backfield. It looks like Sheeran is down in some discomfort. Play will go on for now. Ball now into the hands of Winnie O. Winnie O driven back. Latremoy and Mosindi will clear some of that pressure with a kick into the backfield. Stevenson picks it up off of the bounce. Bonds now testing into the middle. Big contact there by the GGs.
Advantage.
Comtois looking. Queens now with the ball. Thompson. Queens playing with advantage. Gibson keeps into the middle of the field. Still on her feet. Pops now into the hands of Page. Thompson Donnelly now. Donnelly will keep. Fend, and a nice pop play to Matsukubo. Matsukubo with some space now down the sideline. Matsukubo, she's driving. And Matsukubo's gonna score in the corner. What a great run from Mika Matsukubo.
Brilliant individual effort there. She just took off, and we thought people were coming in, somebody was gonna get her, and she was just kept the pace up.
Here's a look off the back of this ruck here. Thompson goes into the hands of Donnelly. Donnelly, nice keep there. And then quickly pops it to Matsukubo, and Matsukubo is in space. And look at that pace from Matsukubo all the way down the sideline. 3 GGs chasing her, but Matsukubo will touch it down in the corner for the first try of this bronze medal game. Great individual effort there from Matsukubo off of a nice pop from Maddie Donnelly.
And that sparks the energy for the beginning of the game today, Maggie. So we're going to see a lot more of this punch, 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 work it wide, and see what the speedsters can do with that space outside.
Absolutely. We will have a conversion kick here from Lizzie Gibson for the Queen's Gales. And you see there just at the top of your screen that Siobhan Sheeran for the Queen's Gales still in some discomfort. She was down on the field, and it appears that she may need to come out of this match. That would be a huge loss for Queens early in this bronze medal game.
Yeah, she has been so strong all tournament. She's very aggressive, and she just seems to be everywhere on the pitch all the time, making big hits or making big runs. So this will be a loss if she's unable to continue.
Good attempt there from Gibson on the convert. However, it is short. Score currently sits 5 for Queens, Ottawa 0.
CBC is your home for exclusive coverage of the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2024 UTEC and Mitchell Bowl Saturday, November 16th, and the 2024 Vanier Cup Championship game from Richmond Stadium in Kingston on November 23rd. The kickoff is at 1 p.m. on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
And we hear head referee just saying the time is off here for the injury to Sheeran. Unfortunate that Sheeran has gone down with this injury so early in this bronze medal game. She's been pivotal for Queens all week long.
It seems like they might be trying to tape her up on the field.
And you just
see if they can keep her in this game. They're doing an outside the cleat, almost like a cast, to see if she might be able to continue. But
Sheeran trying to walk on that ankle, and she appears to be in some significant discomfort. You hate to see that.
That's so unfortunate. And, you know, she's devastated, obviously. Everybody wants to participate and do their part, and she has been so integral to the success of this Queens team.
And you can tell that Sheeran would love to remain in this game, but she appears to be in some significant discomfort with weight on that ankle.
So the ref has decided to start the game. She's saying that Queens can play with just 14 players, and she can come back on, is what she's saying here, just so they can continue with the game and they don't make a substitute just yet.
It appears that number 21 for the Queens Gales, Taffel, is going to come into the game for Queens. Sheeran again going off onto that sideline. We hope that she is okay. Restart here from Mosindi. That ball off the bounce.
And that was 2 missed by 13 and 11, and so now they're coming deep from their end zone and having to attack right back out. It's really imperative that you don't let the ball touch the grass off those kicks, and so it's a perfect kick if it does.
Absolutely. Queens does maintain possession. Jackson now hitting up the middle. Queens looking to take it quick, but a good counterattack there.
That was a big charge.
Sophie McDonald, good tackle by her. Now right up the middle goes Queens. Lizzie Gibson will take that quickly off the back of that ruck. She's still on her feet. Good drive there from Gibson, taken down. Thompson, she'll go back to the middle of the field. Donnelly now. Donnelly, ball in hand, now taken down. Thompson. She'll go now to Wade, or apologies, May. Thompson. Now again, hitting up, big double tackle there from the GGs, from McDonald and Wade. Gibson now with the ball. Going through the backfield, she tries to pop that ball off and it goes forward. Ottawa has recovered possession of the ball. And there will be a penalty against Queens on the play, not rolling away. So Ottawa will take possession
Number 14 just hung around the breakdown a little too much.
Here's a look back at some of this ball movement from the Gales. Good drive there from Gibson. Thompson moves it back into the middle of the field. And then Donnelly, always dangerous. 2 hands on the ball, always ready to pop. Good decision there to keep that ball into the contact. And Ottawa elects to kick for touch off of that penalty, so we will have our first look at the Ottawa line out here in this bronze medal game. The ball is up, taken by Kamba, well taken. Ottawa looking to set up the driving maul now.
That counter maul is very strong from Queens. Ottawa's being patient, moving forward, and here we go. They find the break, and the number 3 is pulling and pulling and pulling, making sure that they're coming as hard as they can.
Great play here from Ottawa. Kamba now at the back. Still with the ball is Kamba. They're driving towards the line. And Ottawa is going to score off of the driving maul. What a set piece from the GGs.
That was a powerhouse move out from Ottawa GGs.
A great response there from the GGs after the early score from the Queens Gales. Let's have a look here at this driving maul. Queens initially with some good counter pressure, but then the maul just keeps moving forward for the GGs. There you see the ball in the hands of Wade, and then it gets moved through the back of the forwards. Finally, Kamba taking it off the back. She's still ready to present here, but she keeps it herself, and she will drive for the line and touch that ball down for the GGs. A great look at that driving maul for the Ottawa GGs with their first try of the game.
That is incredible awareness by everybody in the GGs forwards there, because it was moving forward. Some people were pulling, and then slowly the ball came back to Kamba, and that was very controlled. Smart rugby.
And Huff with the convert, and that is through, bringing the score to 7 for the Ottawa GGs to 5 for the Queens Gales.
The 2024 BMO U Sports Women's Soccer Championship runs November 7th to 10th at Dalhousie University in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Ticket packages and single game tickets are going fast. So scan the QR code on your screen by visiting usportstickets.ca to guarantee your seats for the 2024 BMO U Sports Women's Soccer Championship next week in Halifax.
So after that quick response from the GGs and the successful conversion, score now 7 for Ottawa to 5 for Queens. Queens restarts, and it's been knocked forward off the hands of Ottawa. So we will have a Queens scrum here with good attacking position within the Ottawa GG's half.
And we see the Queens' backs are spreading really wide at this point. Trying to spread the field, spread the defense as well, and figure out where they can make space.
Good look there at Thompson, playing 9 for the Queens Gales. Ball now in for Queens. Taken off the back quickly are the Queens Gales, right up into the middle of the field. Thompson now will recycle quickly. Good drive here from Page. Taken quickly again off the back. This is Grant now. Queens now will go to the short side. Donnelly now to the hands of Stevenson. Stevenson still on her feet. Now into the hands of Jackson. Jackson driving. Held up there by Kamba. Queens patient with the ball off the back. Quick pick there again. Donnelly this time. Gibson now. She'll pop. Driving into contact is May. Jackson ready at the back. Jackson now will pop the ball. That's into the hands of Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld driven back. Jackson. Ball now driven forward by Grant. Good forward momentum by Grant there. Queens patient. Thompson now goes back to the wide side. Ball popped this time into the hands of Cullum. And Cullum is going to score for Queens. Great set of phases for the Queens Gales.
We have a game here today, Maggie. This is back and forth rugby. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Absolutely. Let's have a look here. Just really patient play from Queens, and then they go back to the backs on the short side of the field. Donnelly, again, a nice pop to Cullum, and Cullum just has a hole. And she'll touch that down for a try for the Queens Gales. So another quick response here from the Queens Gales after a responding try from the Ottawa GGs. It's an exciting game here early in this first half of the bronze medal match. Lizzie Gibson will set up the convert here for Queens. Getting set for her kick. Ball is up. And that's gone through. Successful conversion for the Queens Gales brings the score to 12 for Queens to Ottawa 7. And join us back here at 2 o'clock Eastern Time for the championship game of this 2024 U Sports Cavendish Farms Women's Rugby Championship between the number 2 seed UBC Thunderbirds and the number 8 seed UVic Vikes, and all Canada West finals set up here for you today. It's going to be a great championship game. Make sure you join us at 2 o'clock Eastern for that match.
We really have a game on our hands today. It is back and forth, and as soon as one team gets possession, they're shooting it up, scoring a try, and then the other team gets possession, shooting it up, scoring a try.
Absolutely driven up the middle now by Queens. Jackson now with a good driving run there for Queens. Thompson will recycle back to the middle of the field. Donnelly now. Donnelly with a nice flat ball. That's taken on by Pinkerton. Thompson now into the hands of Gibson. Gibson now at the back. Bonds looks for Matsukubo, just misses her fingertips there, and that's cleaned up by the U Ottawa GGs. Ottawa looking to get this ball out of the scrum. There's an advantage being played for the GGs here. Dodge takes that off the back of the scrum. Ball now into the hands of O. O driving forward. Latremoy, she'll go. Kamba takes that. Still an advantage being played here for Ottawa. Latremoy now into the hands of Wade. Wade driving forward. Latremoy now into the hands of Cole. O now. O taken down. Latremoy. Cole again. Pops back inside this time. And that's just knocked forward off of the hands of Comtois. However, there is a penalty being played against the Gales. Here's a look at some of those phases for the GGs. Latremoy, nice ball taken there. Pop to O, good drive into contact there. And then eventually taken down. Off of this penalty, Ottawa has elected to go off of the tap and go. Still on her feet now is O. Great drive forward from O. Latremoy, short side now. Into contact goes Styles. Ottawa. Now into the hands of Dodge. Dodge taken down. Ball now still with Ottawa, however, it's been knocked forward in the contact there.
I think that was an offside penalty against Queens, and that's 2 or 3 in a row, so they're going to have to be careful.
Latremoy will go quickly now. Popping into the hands, driven back are the GGs. Taken quickly off the back now. Ottawa keeping this ball in tight. That's Styles driving towards the line. She's stopped just short. Comtois looking now, still short. Kamba just short. Lots of bodies in there now. Ottawa patient. And there's a score for number 6, Leah Styles for the Ottawa GGs. Nice try again from Ottawa. Patient play through the forwards.
This is exactly the kind of rugby we expected from both of these teams. Powerful scrums, working really hard forwards here.
There's a look there. Comtois, who was just short, and then Kamba takes it off the back again, just short. And then Styles ready there, nice and low body position. Patient. And then picks and takes it over the line for the try. Nice score, nice try from the Ottawa GGs.
Fantastic. This is a really back and forth game, which makes it so exciting for the fans. And we can, in the booth, we can hear the fans outside cheering, because it's so exciting when you're like, oh, I think we're going to win. I think, oh, no, oh, they took it back. So I love this style of rugby.
Absolutely, very back and forth early first half here in this bronze medal game. Huff for the GGs will look for another successful convert. Making her approach, the kick is up. And that's just outside of the post. So a missed convert there for the GGs brings the score level to 12 aside between the Queens Gales and the Ottawa GGs. Very exciting first half play here in this bronze medal match.
We're only 18 minutes in, and I feel like there's been a lot of rugby happening already.
Absolutely, we've had back and forth play from both teams. Good responses from each team after a score. It appears that an Ottawa player may just be getting some treatment for a bit of blood, possibly. So time is off here while we wait for that player to get the treatment that is needed.
We have, might be a contact that's getting fixed there.
I believe you're right, a contact there for Cole.
The weather today is much better. It's cold, don't get me wrong, it's cold, but it's not windy, not that windy, and it's not raining.
Yes,
Wednesday night we had some brutal weather, so this is a little bit better for us.
This is the first day of the tournament that has been dry at the very least, so it is colder, but at the very least it's not raining. That has gone backwards off of the hands of Ottawa. Comtois cleans that up. Ball now driven forward. Great leg drive there from the GGs. Now go to ground. Latremoy, she'll go back to the short side. Driven forward this time by Wade. Counter ruck by Queens, held on. This kick now by Cole, high up into the air. Well taken by Thompson. Thompson now will go at the backfield. This is Matsukubo, try scorer for Queens, looking for space, good fend there. Now goes to ground. Thompson will go short side again. This time Donnelly is driving. Good leg drive there from Donnelly. Thompson, Bonds. Now they'll go through their forwards. That's Schneppenheim into contact. Thompson. Now Cullum. Cullum, good line there from Rachel Cullum. Thompson will go back to the short side. Now in the hands of Bonds. Donnelly again. Oh, and a nice attempt on the little tip pass there from Pinkerton, however. It's just gone forward, and then it was played in an offside position by Queens, so there will be a penalty against Queens there, but a good attempt on some good ball movement there. Here's the kick is up off of the boot of the GGs. Well taken here by Thompson, and then they decide to go to the wide side to test this defense. Matsukubo with a nice step and fend there, eventually taken to ground. Some good play in the backfield.
Queens is showing some diversity here rather than just punching. Now they're running and moving the ball wide. So that was a good series of play just to show some variation rather than doing the same thing repeatedly and being easy to defend.
We'll have a line out here for the Ottawa GGs now. Good take at the top there from O. Ottawa will try their hand again at potentially a driving maul, but well defended so far by Queens. Now moving forward are the GGs. Ball at the back of this driving maul, now being pushed backwards. Oh, now with it at the back. Now taken by Stiles, and now they'll go to ground. Ball now into the hands of McDonald. Good drive there from McDonald for the GGs. And now into the backfield it goes. A kick from the GGs, high up into the air. That will bounce and will be taken on by Bonds. She'll go with a counter kick herself. And an attempt to keep that in by Ottawa's number 15.
So the ref
Sydney
is asking
Noseworthy.
the touch judge here if she was retreating well enough there after the kick. And
We'll listen in here. It will be a Queens line out as it was just knocked out of play by Noseworthy there. A good attempt to try and keep that ball in play. However, it does just fall into touch. Here's a look at May with the throw in for Queens. Good ball up, quickly off the back to Gibson. Gibson now in space. Gibson step into the inside, still on her feet. Good run there from Gibson. Thompson will go to Donnelly. Donnelly now pops to Jackson. Jackson, good drive there from her. Donnelly again. Donnelly, nice inside ball to Stevenson, but a big tackle there.
that's
from
the third
GGs.
giant tackle from number 3, Sophie McDonald. Those are big defensive plays.
Thompson now recycling quickly. Gibson, that ball just a little low, cleaned up in the backfield by Cullum. Cullum now pops, and that ball just off the hands, but gone backwards, cleaned up by Matsukubo. Big pressure here from the GGs on the counter ruck, and they've turned it over. Great job there from the Ottawa GGs. Anna Dodge now taking it off the back. Another big contact there, and now the Queens Gales have turned the ball over in contact. Big drive up into play now by Schoenfeld.
Scrum advantage for yellow.
There is a scrum advantage being played here for Queens. And we will go back from the knock-on to a Queen's scrum. Fast and furious play here in this bronze medal match. Matsukubo, and then a great counter ruck there from the GGs. Turn the ball over. And then Anna Dodge takes it off the back. And Jackson able to get in and get that ball out at the point of contact. So fast and furious play, great defending by both teams.
This is just showing how passionate both teams are. They're desperate to fight for their team, and be. It's so great to see them playing so hard. And the fans are here going full tilt.
Despite the cold, you can see lots of winter hats and mitts, but good crowd on hand here for this bronze medal match. That scrum just collapsing, not at the fault of either team. We'll reset here on this scrum. Referee will just talk about the gap here between the teams. As we get reset here for this Queen's scrum down within their own half. Thompson. And that scrum has collapsed again. Combo wants a call the way of the GGs. Won't get one.
Those are the efforts you have to put in when you're a front row or a tight five and you want things to go your way. Just, you know, get in the ear of the ref a little bit, and maybe a little manipulation can happen.
Absolutely, and the referee will move to the other side of the scrum just to see perhaps what's happening on that side of the scrum between those two props. We'll reset again here for the scrum. Thompson ready for Queens. This time the scrum holds. Good drive there from Queens. Thompson now out the back. Into the hands of Donnelly. Nice ball to Gibson. Now another nice ball to Matsukubo. Matsukubo with a step. Matsukubo stays in play. Good run there from Matsukubo. Nice ball move from Queens Gales. Ball now again into the hands of Donnelly. Donnelly now up the middle. Here comes Cullum. Cullum with a step. Cullum still on her feet. Great run there from Cullum. Good ball movement from Queens. Thompson now, she'll go to Gibson. Gibson, nice flat ball. Taken down is Maxie Grant. Picked quickly off the back, number 21, Taffel. Thompson. Thompson now, Donnelly again. Nice flat ball, but knocked forward in contact.
That was a beautiful series of play.
Very nice ball movement here from Queens in those last phases.
Great playoff set piece here.
Thompson, she'll go off the back. Donnelly with a nice ball to Gibson, and then a nice flat ball again to Matsukubo. Matsukubo with the step to the outside. Finally taken down, does well to stay in bounds. Great play there from the Queens Gales. Good hands. Nice ball movement.
That was beautiful rugby. That's kind of perfect. Set piece, ball movement. Everyone touches it. Really lovely rugby.
Very nice. The GG's not happy with the way that this scrum is being set. Comtois and Jackson will come up. Here's a look at both of those front rows for the GG's and the Gales. Ottawa will look to clear some pressure in their own end here. Taken off the back now by Dodge. Good pressure from Queens. Dodge stays on her feet. Good drive from Dodge. Latrimoy now. She'll go back. Cole will kick to relieve some pressure. Off the bounce. Taken now by Thompson. Thompson with ball in hand. Thompson will keep. Thompson back into the middle of the field. Taken down now. Queens there in support. Jackson now off the back of the ruck. Queens still in support. Now taken off the back by Grant. Grant taken down. Thompson now. She'll go to Gibson. Gibson will put it to boot just to kick through to the empty field. Huff back in support. She'll jump on that ball. Well done by Huff. Ottawa has to get there. And this time there will be a penalty against Queens. It looked like Queens may turn that ball over at the contact. However, The call has gone against the Queens Gales. Good job by Huff just to jump
Absolutely.
on that ball.
That was a smart play by Lizzie Gibson to do that grubber, because there was an overlap for Queens and there was space in behind, and rather than trying to attack physically with your body, that was a great little idea. It didn't work out for them. Almost. Bonds was right there, and I thought she had it.
Almost worked out, but a good job by Huff for the GGs just to gain possession of that ball. We will have a GG's line out, still within their own half here. GG's player just getting attended to by the medical staff. And here's a look at the GG's sideline. The players love it, the staff loves it.
Yeah, a few moments ago, you can hear it on the ref's mic, and you can hear the intensity of the players cheering each other on, calling plays, do this now. It's so fantastic that we get to hear that.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, that throw just not straight from the GGs. And Queens will elect for the scrum. Dangerous attacking position here within the GG's half for the Gales.
Yeah, they had great success off their last scrum, so set piece with plays, and that was so good. So hopefully we'll see something as exciting as that again right now. The backs are stacked, and so we have kind of layering movement here for them, so we'll see their kind of attack here.
Queens will get set here for the scrum. Thompson places that ball for the Gales. Thompson. She'll go to Donnelly. Donnelly now at the back to Gibson. Matsukubo, good hands from Matsukubo. Matsukubo stepping, wrapped up, good tackle there from the GGs. Thompson will go back to the middle of the field. Donnelly again with ball in hand. Donnelly driving, taken down. Now back to the short side, Gibson. Gibson into space, Gibson still on her feet, pops again. Queens now still with the ball, driving towards the Ottawa GG's try line. Gibson now takes it quickly. Thompson. Thompson into Donnelly. Oh, and an attempt by Queens just to go through the middle, but it's gone backwards. Queens still in possession. Taken quickly now off the back is Schneppenheim. Driving towards the line of the Gales, it's just short. Jackson is ready there, she'll pop inside. Still short for Queens. Taken quickly off the back again is Queens, driving for the line, and they will score! Nice try by the Queens Gales.
That was beautiful.
That was number 6, Elena Pinkerton for the Gales with the try. Great phases of play for the Gales.
This is showing real athleticism. The ball is so quick off the breakdown.
Here's a look. Good patience here from Queens. Pinkerton looks like she may pass the ball, keeps it herself. Good low body position and touches that ball down for the try for the Gales.
Yeah, the pod was set up there, so it was a little bit deceptive, and they have been using the pod rather than the pick and go from the back of the breakdown. And so I think that Ottawa thought it was going to the pod, and it just gave her literally an inch to get that on the white line.
Absolutely a great try there from Queens. Pinkerton touching that ball down over the try line. Gibson will kick the convert here for the Gales. Back and forth action here in this first half of the bronze medal match.
Still have 30 seconds.
Oh, and the ball is just falling off the tee there for Gibson. I think she knew that the ball wasn't quite set correctly, asked how much time she has, so now under 30 seconds for Gibson to complete this convert.
Yes.
This game has been all about score a try and then the other team responds immediately, and so we have about...
And that ball's just gone to the left by Gibson, so a missed convert there for Queens. Score now 17 for Queens to 12 for the Ottawa GGs. And coming up next at 2 o'clock Eastern time, we have the main event, the championship final between the number 2 seed UBC Thunderbirds and the number 8 seed UVic Vikes, setting up an all Canada West final for the national championship. There's a look at some of the wind that we're dealing with here again at Canada Games Alumni Field from the University of Prince Edward Island. Ottawa GGs will now look to restart, and it looks like the rain has started here in Charlottetown. Good take there from Taffel for Queens. And that's stolen in contact by Kamba. Great job by Kamba. Pops to Comtois now. Comtois up the middle. Latremoy now into the hands of Styles. Styles hitting up in the middle. Good support from behind from the GGs there. Latremoy, she'll go to Cole. Pops, good hands from Huff. Good job from Huff to hold on to that ball. Latremoy now, dodge. Good line speed there from Queens in response. Latremoy, again into the hands of Comtois, just gone forward off the hands. And then the Queens Gales will counterattack. However, it's been called back by the referee. Knock on against the Ottawa GGs will now go with a scrum down for Queens.
This is a beautiful turnover here by Comtois, stolen right out of the hands.
And then pops to Comtois there, then driven up into contact. A good set of phases there from Ottawa. Unfortunately, just knocked on off the fingertips. So
Ottawa has just a couple minutes left in this half to try to make their response in retaliation to Queen's last try.
Absolutely, and just a reminder for those at home that the clock on your screen is not the official game clock. Referee has the official game clock. If we can listen in to her and find out what exactly that is, we will let you know. Queens manages to maintain possession off of that scrum. Thompson, ball now into the hands of Grant. Grant driven backwards by Styles. Queens off the back. Picks quickly again. Queens forwards keeping this in tight. Jackson now. Jackson driven backwards. Ball is available. Maxi Grant picks it up. And there will be a knock on off of the hands of the GGs in contact there. So we will have another scrum down for the Queens Gales. And it appears that perhaps some light snow has started here in Charlottetown. So we've had it all this week, Shannon.
Yes, I was just looking at them like, that rain may have changed to snow. So not totally pleasant conditions right now. They'll be cold, but their hearts are warm today. The way they're playing is so passionate, and it's such an exciting game back and forth like this.
It only feels right that we'd have some snow this week after all of the weather conditions these players have had to contend with. So we'll have another scrum down here for the Queens Gales. Thompson now. Good push there from the GGs. And a penalty against Queens, and the GGs scrum loves it. Look at the reaction there from the GGs scrum drawing that penalty against the Gales.
The GG scrum has been very powerful this week, and so that's not surprising that that's the kind of attack that they want to do right now.
Latremoy will kick for touch.
I would say that's not quite the distance that she had hoped to get on that kick, but we'll have a line out just very close to the 22-meter line here.
The GGs appear to be kicking into the wind in this half, so difficult conditions still with the wind to kick for the GGs. That ball is up, and that's not gone straight either, and it appears the wind wreaked havoc on that throw from Wade. So we will have a scrum down here for Queens after that throw has gone not straight off the line out for Ottawa. So unfortunate turn of events there for the GGs after a good turnover on the last scrum. I expect we'll see another strong push here from the GGs. Conversation here between the Queens players and the referee.
There is a Queens player getting a little bit of treatment right now too, so that will slow this down just a little bit. Yeah, the weather has been crazy this week. Some days are freezing, some days are snowing, some days are raining, some days are sunny. The sunny days, unfortunately, didn't happen on game days.
And Taffel with a blood sub here for Queens, so into the game for Taffel with that blood substitution is Olivia Dubois, wearing number 22 for the Queens Gales.
Ottawa will be looking to do exactly what they did in the last scrum, try to drive them over, get possession back in these dying minutes of the first half.
Thompson now will place the ball for Queens. Another strong push from the GGs. That ball comes out the back. Well taken there by now Thompson with ball in hand. Taken quickly by Dubois. Queens still in possession. Now taken off the back by Page. Advantage being played for Queens. Jackson. Thompson. And he's a player down for Queens. That ball's come forward off the hands of Queens. However, we're going back to the original penalty. It appears that Izzy Page for the Gales is down on the field.
Before the game began, I said this is going to be a very physical game, and we see players down every now and then because of that physicality. And, you know, they're finishing their season. They're not leaving anything on this field.
Absolutely.
They're leaving it all on the field is what I mean. They're not leaving anything in the tank.
Absolutely, and this has been a long week for these players. This is the third game in 6 days for these rugby players, so challenging, demanding conditions on the bodies here. That ball looked to be kicked for touch. It stays in play. Noseworthy for Ottawa. Will survey the backfield. Great job by Kennedy Stevenson to pressure her. Ottawa now in possession in their own half. Huff takes that into contact. Latremoy, she'll go to Dodge. Dodge taken down. Latremoy now into the hands of O. Oh, big double tackle, big tackle there from Jackson. Ottawa now pops that ball into the hands of Comtois. That ball comes out, but gone backwards. Cleaned up there by Wade. Latremoy, she'll go short to Comtois again. Good drive there from Comtois. Latremoy. Now Ottawa will look to relieve some pressure with the kick. That kick is up, off the bounce, goes past Thompson. Stevenson will clean up. Stevenson under pressure. Big fend from Kennedy Stevenson. Great job by Kennedy Stevenson to fend off the GG's defender. Ball now into the midfield for Queens. Thompson. Donnelly pops back inside. That's Page. Thompson. Now into the hands of Cullum. Cullum back to the inside, taken down. Gibson. There's going to be a penalty against the GGs. Gibson will take that quickly. Pops again to Cullum. Cullum pops again to Matsukubo. Matsukubo now to Bonds. Big tackle on Dubois on the outside. Thompson, Donnelly. Donnelly taken down in the midfield. Picked off the back. Good defensive pressure here from the GGs. And there's going to go back to another penalty against the GGs. Almost turned over at the contact there by GGs. However, we will go back for another penalty against Ottawa.
We are at the 40-minute mark, and you cannot end on a penalty.
I believe that we just heard from the referee that time is expired. There's the fend here from Kennedy Stevenson.
And another.
Wow. Good defensive play there from Ottawa, but just a better offensive play from Kennedy Stevenson. So again, I believe we heard from the referee that time has expired for the first half. However, you cannot end the half on a penalty. So Queens has elected for a scrum here. Back and forth first half between these two teams. Here's a good look at the Ottawa GG sideline. Taken off the back now. Schoenfeld is going to come back to the middle. Donnelly driving. Good tackle there. Releases and gets back on her feet is Donnelly. Ball now into the hands of Jackson. Jackson now to Matsukubo with some space. Good tackle there by Ottawa. Thompson cleans up on the back of that breakdown. Thompson now taking the ground. Jackson is there in support. Jackson will go to her forwards. Now Gibson. That ball's gone backwards. Gibson cleans up again. Good take there from Schneppenheim. Queens still with the ball, and now it's gone forward off of the hands of the Gales. Ottawa has now taken possession. Ball now in hand for Ottawa. Comtois up the middle. Now it's O. O driven back. Ball now over the top from Latremoy. That ball is rolling well into the backfield of Queens. Thompson is going to just kick that ball out of play to end the first half. What a fast and furious first half of play here in this bronze medal match between the Queens Gales and the U Ottawa GGs. Score at the end of the first half is the Golden Gales leading the U Ottawa GGs by a score of 17-12. We will be back with first half statistics when we return to Charlottetown. Stay with us.
takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion.
Our U Sports halftime show is with the Pepsi U Sports Champion Spotlight, and first half stats are coming up when we return to Charlottetown. Score at the end of the first half in this bronze medal match between the Queens Gales and the U Ottawa GGs. Queens leading U Ottawa 17-12. You're watching U Sports on CBC. Earlier this fall, U Sports and PepsiCo Foods Canada announced an innovative partnership marking a significant step towards supporting the career development of student athletes and positively impacting the future of Canadian university sport. They're proud to bring you the PepsiCo Foods Canada U Sports Champion Spotlight. In this installment of the Champion Spotlight, Victoria Vikes student athlete Carissa Norston walks us through her Paris 2024 experience as a member of Canada's Olympic silver medal winning Rugby Sevens side. When we come back, we'll take a look at the game stats and the plays of the half. Again, Queens Gales leading U Ottawa GGs 17-12 at the end of the first half of this bronze medal game, live from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Stay with us.
Obviously, most of my life revolves around rugby. I like to do like outdoorsy things, hang with my friends, do a lot of cooking and baking with my like roommates in the evening. Didn't start playing rugby till I was like 15, almost 16. Started playing hockey when I was like 4 years old, and then played that like all the way through high school. It's also so fun to get to play a full contact sport with like women. Like it's so empowering and like just like special to get to do that with like some of my best friends like all the time. I'm definitely more of like a speed player and like to use like footwork and like all my skills to get around people and like set up my teammates or like maybe have a go for myself. 15s I've played like 13 wing and fullback, so a bit of the same. We only got told for us only like a month before we left, so we didn't actually like we didn't have much time to like really like think about it. It was more like the whole season building up. It was just like building like the best team possible like heading into the Olympics. Well, we had a 3-week prep camp in Auxerre in France, so I mean it didn't really like hit us until we kind of got to the village, but we're like going to the Olympics, like that's crazy. So I'm just like doing that with like again some of like my closest friends was so cool. I think it helped a lot that we had like we play the World Series all year every year, and it's like we get to do those tournaments like throughout the year, and it's kind of like the same structure, same vibe. So like we all have like our like pre-game like routines and everything to just like get into the zone, and like obviously the Olympics is like a bigger deal, but it helps to just like have that foundation. Okay, it's just a normal tournament. We're just gonna go out there and play our best and just like felt like we knew that we could. Even just like when we got onto the field, it was like there's 66,000 people in the stadium. Like it was so loud. It didn't actually feel real. It felt like there was like surround sound speakers around my head like this close. It was like I can't hear anything, but it was just so cool to get to like silence a stadium of that many people. We were pretty calm. Like we know we can beat Australia. We've done it before. We can do it again, and just like kept like our like calm, and like we all know our systems. We had like done literally practice every scenario that could happen, which is like insane. Like we were so well prepped, and just everyone knew their rules. So just like leading in, we were like, we're gonna stay calm, and we're just gonna like go out there and do what we need to do and just get the job done. And we didn't have to work. I kind of like playing in those like high pressure games. It's just like so much more exciting, and just like everything matters so much more. You always want to win. So we were within 7 points of New Zealand in like the final at the Olympics. We went from being 9th place on the series last year to being 2nd in the world this year. So just like looking like overall like how far the program's come in just like a year was like incredible.
Une chose est certaine, ça prend des gens passionnés et dévoués pour satisfaire les normes élevées des fermes Cavendish. Que ce soit pour combler la collation de fin de soirée, compléter le petit déjeuner ou faire plaisir autour de la table du souper avec les frites préférées au pays, bouchées de pommes de terre et rondelles d'oignon. Vous pouvez compter sur la qualité supérieure des fermes Cavendish à chaque fois. Les fermes Cavendish, faites à notre façon, savourez à votre façon.
Welcome to U Sports on CBC and the 2024 Cavendish Farms U Sports Women's Rugby Championship, live from the University of Prince Edward Island. Currently at the first half of the bronze medal match between the Queen's Gales and the U Ottawa GGs. Queens leading Ottawa by a score of 17-12. Thoughts on the first half, Shannon?
Well, I was holding my breath for the last 7 minutes, way into overtime. And it's so exciting because you think that one team, okay, they're starting to be dominant. Queen started to be dominant, we thought. And then, of course, Ottawa comes back, and it is very physical, this game.
Absolutely a back-and-forth affair here so far in this bronze medal match. We'll have a look at some of the highlights of the first half. Nice ball there from Thompson to Donnelly. And then a great pop to Matsukubo, who scores the first try of the match for the Queen's Gales. Great pace there from Matsukubo on the outside. 3 GGs chasing, just unable to rein her in. Matsukubo with a great opening try for the Queen's Gales. And then the story of this first half is the response by both teams after being scored on. Great driving maul from Ottawa, eventually touchdown by Kamba for the GGs. And then another quick response from the Queen's Gales. This time again going out the back line. Donnelly, another nice pop pass, and this time Cullum was the recipient on that try for Queens. Driving again are the GGs right at the line. Good patience from the GGs Ottawa forwards in the first half here, and eventually it's Styles. Good job by her just to be low, touch that ball over the try line. Then on the other side of the ball, it's the Queen's Gales forwards going to work. Good patience there. And another score for the Queen's Gales. That one touchdown by Pinkerton. We're getting set here for kickoff of the second half of the bronze medal match. Here come the GGs down the stairs at Canada Games Alumni Field. It was a fast and furious first half, back and forth play, and I'm sure we're in for more of the same here in this second half of the bronze medal game. All to play for these athletes. certainly looking to go home with some hardware from this 2024 National Championship.
I think second half will be exactly like first half. Lots of physicality and then quick ball movement to space.
Absolutely. We'll have an updated look at the championship bracket. Earlier on in the day, the Guelph Griffins took home the 5th place final game against the Laval Rouge et Or. Again, currently we're starting the second half of the bronze medal match. And then at 2 o'clock Eastern time, we're bringing you the main event between the UBC Thunderbirds and the UVic Vikes, an all Canada West final set up here for the national championship. Here's a good look at the crowd here in Charlottetown. It's been well attended all weekend long, and despite the weather.
And that was Katie Douglas, who plays for the Charlottetown Rugby Football Club, but represents St. FX at University in the stands. You're not just here cheering for one team or another. Everybody's here just to see amazing rugby. PEI does not get this kind of treat very often, and this is about as good a rugby as you're going to see when you're not watching international play in Canada.
Absolutely. It's been great games all week long between these athletes. They're leaving everything out on the pitch, getting set here for the start of the second half again in this bronze medal match. There's a good look at some Queens faithful.
Maggie Banks, former Queens player, cheering her team on, and she came down specifically just so she could watch this tournament.
And just about set for kickoff here in the second half. Cole will restart here for the GGs. That restart is up. Nice deep high ball from the GGs. Well taken by Thompson. Thompson now into the hands of Gibson. Cullum now, nice pop out the back. And it's just gone forward on that pass there from Cullum. A nice attempt from Queens. However, it's been turned over to the GGs deep in the Gales territory here to start the second half. We'll get a scrum down here for Ottawa. Good attacking position here for the GGs. We'll see what they elect to do. Setting their backs up on the wide side of the field. Layering their backs here for an attack. Good look at Latremoy for the GGs. Ball in. Good push from the GGs. Great driving scrum here for the GGs. Kept into the back by Dodge. Now Latremoy will clean up. GG's there in support. Comtois, she'll pop. Now taken into contact by Ottawa. Comtois now with the ball. Comtois will go to ground. Now Latremoy goes to Dodge. Dodge driving, there in support. Ball has gone forward off the back of that breakdown.
Queens is very excited about that. They were fighting hard, and I feel like Ottawa's knocking on the door there, and so that kind of just gave them a little bit of relief for now.
Absolutely. That ball, unfortunately, just off the hands of Latremoy, I believe, at the back of that breakdown. But some good forward momentum for the Ottawa GGs to start this second half. Queens, with a scrum deep in their own territory, will likely look to kick to relieve some pressure here. You can see some precipitation here in Charlottetown. Seems to be some snow flurries falling in this second half.
Of course there is.
Referee just not happy with the way that scrum is set. We will get a reset here of this scrum. We've had just about every type of weather precipitation you could have this week here in Charlottetown. It's a cold Sunday here in Charlottetown, but it's a little bit more dry than has been all week long.
Crouch. Binds.
Scrum getting set here for Queens. And there's going to be a free kick for Queens. Early push from the GGs. Thompson will go quickly. That goes into the hands of Gibson. Gibson now to Cullum. Cullum with some space. Good line there for Cullum. Taken down. Thompson. Now into the hands of Donnelly. Donnelly, nice short ball there into the hands of Grant. Now back to Donnelly. Good support there from Donnelly. Donnelly still on her feet. Thompson pressure there on Thompson, and it's knocked forward by Thompson off that pressure from Latremoy. Here's a look at that last play from Queens. Thompson goes to the hands of Donnelly. Nice flat ball there to Grant, and a good line from her. And then look at the support from Donnelly. Donnelly driving, keeps her feet. Some great play here from the Queens Gales. Maddie Donnelly has been fantastic here in this bronze medal match.
And Cullen just had a beautiful run as well. It's like hot knife through butter when she gets to that space. She creeps through people, and it's just so smooth.
We'll have a scrum down here for the GGs, just inside their own half. GGs set up in a steep formation on the wide side of the field, although there is quite a bit of room here on the short side as well. That scrum will come up again. These players just looking to get any advantage that they can in the scrums here.
She's just giving them some instructions to make sure that their shoulders and hips are square and not diagonal and driving in.
So you hear there that there was a warning given to Queens. If that continues to be an issue, there may be a further penalty or perhaps a card against the Queens Gales. So they'll have to be careful there. Latremoy now will place the ball. And there's going to be a penalty against Queens. Taken quickly by Latremoy. Latremoy now up the middle of the field. She's wrapped up by Queens. Ball now into the hands of Wade. Wade will go to ground. Latremoy, she'll go to the short side. Nice ball there, big line, open space here. That's Blythe. Blythe is still on her feet, and she's gonna score. What a try.
That was fantastic. This is not the style that Ottawa GGs have been playing all game, but when the sea parts, she took advantage of that, and it was just her all day long,
almost out of nowhere is Ella Blythe for the GGs. What a run, what a line from her. Let's have a look here. Latremoy off the back, and then a nice pop pass there to the hands of Blythe, and she's just got space. Pins the ears back. Nice fend on Thompson there. Beats Bonds and all the way into the try zone for the GGs. What a beautiful try there for Blythe. And a big score for the GGs, bringing this game even, 17-17 early in the second half. Converts still to come for the GGs.
And it took them a little longer than normal for their response, but it was definitely a response, and we are back and forth yo-yo rugby here today.
We had a nice look at the GGs sideline there. They're pumped, and it looks like they may have a souvenir here from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. They have a lighthouse on their bench that they're using to cheer their team on.
The first night I was down at the hotel, and everybody's walking around in Cows shorts. Cows was very popular for these girls this week.
Nice attempt by Huff. Just misses that convert. We'll have a couple of substitutions in for Queens. Coming into the game, number 19, Maya Swemmer, and Jane Armitage wearing number 17 for Queens.
Jane Armitage has a sister, Natalie Armitage, that plays for Guelph, and that is just a terrible environment for those parents when those two teams play each other.
Absolutely, and out of the game for Queens, number 5, Izzy Page. And we'll get the number of the other substitution here as soon as we can.
And Lauren Bonds is getting ready for the restart.
Also out of the game for Queens, number 3, Jordan Schneppenheim. Good take there from Winnie O. Winnie O hitting right up the middle. So we're all even here between the Queens Gales and the Ottawa GGs in this bronze medal game. Good counter ruck there from Queens. Latremoy trying to get that ball out. Latremoy will take it herself. She'll be wrapped up quickly. GG's there in support. Sophie McDonald now will pop to Comtois. Good line speed double tackle there from the Gales. And it appears that Queens has jumped on that ball. No, Ottawa will maintain possession. Winnie O now. Good leg drive there from O. And now it's been turned over in contact by Gibson. Penalty against the Ottawa GGs. And Gibson has drawn that penalty there. We have a player down for Queens. Is Jiggy Schoenfeld in some discomfort for Queens. Hopefully she's all right. She is up on her feet. It appears that she's going to remain in this game. Good to see from Jiggy Schoenfeld. We will have a Queens line out here. Maddie May throwing in for the Gales. Ball is up. Well taken there by Queens, looking for the driving maul. Queens moving forward. Ball now at the back. Thompson.
And the ref is telling them to use it.
Will play. Donnelly now out the backfield. Kennedy Stevenson now with ball in hand. Looks to pop again, cleaned up there by Cullum. Cullum still on her feet. Cullum now taken to ground. Thompson. She'll stay on that side of the field. Donnelly with a quick pick through. Goes into the open field, and it will roll into the end zone of the GGs, and that will be touchdown by Victoria Huff. However, it appears we're going to go back to an earlier penalty against the GGs.
This was off the driving maul, and I'm not... Oh, she released the bind and went back in.
So we will go all the way back to a penalty against against the GGs. Queens will kick for touch here, looking for the sideline. Good kick from Gibson. Dangerous attacking position here for this Queens Gales line out, and we have another player down on the field for the GGs this time. It may be Comtois. Difficult to tell from this angle. Just getting some attention from the medical team. Appears that it may be a shoulder.
It may have been another contact. I don't know. They were kind of shrouding her a little bit there.
And that was Comtois, but she is up. She will remain in the game. Good to see. Good look here at Maddie May for Queens. Dangerous attacking position for this line out now for Queens. Nice ball up. Now the driving maul started for the Gales. Good defending here from the GGs so far. Now the ball will go to ground for Queens. Thompson now out to Donnelly. Donnelly into the hands of Bonds. Wrapped up well by the GGs. Thompson. Gibson now. Gibson will keep. Gibson taken down. Thompson. Forwards will come in support. Jackson now. Jackson driving forward. Great run here from Jackson. Finally taken down around the 5. Queens will keep it tight. Picked off the back. Ball now with Thompson. She'll go to Gibson. Gibson will drive forward. Gibson still on her feet. Ball short for Queens. Jackson taken now again by Queens. Ball now popped to the Queens forwards. Ball is still short. Lots of bodies in play here. Now out to the backs, go the Queens Gales. Ball just off the fingertips, gone backwards. Cullum will recover. Cullum will now go right up the middle of the pitch.
Hot knife through butter.
Cullum stepping, still on her feet. Now she'll go to ground. Great recovery there from Cullum. Thompson now into the hands of Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld driving into contact. Still on her feet. She'll go to ground. Queens still in possession. Thompson, she'll pop to Gibson again. Gibson now driving. Gibson to ground. Now again, out to Donnelly. Donnelly driving for the line. And it's been held up by the GGs. What a defensive effort from the Ottawa GGs.
Valiant effort from Ottawa. I was sure that was in. And what a series of plays by Queens. Just power, power, power. And then that defense comes up, holds the ball up. Incredible.
There's Donnelly driving for the line. Good body awareness here to twist for the line, but a great job by the GGs just to get underneath that ball there and hold it up. Great defending from the GGs. We'll have a goal line dropout. This is Cole. Cole, short ball. Taken on by Armitage. Queens now with the ball, still deep in Ottawa territory. Matsukubo now to Donnelly. That ball was going to Jackson. It appears that Ottawa has it. However, it may have been knocked forward by Ottawa. Referee listening to her earpiece. For now, Ottawa will play on. There's been a knock on by Queens, so Ottawa will have possession. And that ball has just gone into touch. However, there was the original knock on by Queens, so we will have an Ottawa GG scrum. More good defending from the GGs. Gibson doesn't agree. Here's the ball, Jackson. That was close. Looked like Combo was trying to pick that ball off. There will be a call of a knock-on by Queens. A couple of substitutions now coming out of the game for Queens. We'll get those numbers on the substitutions for you as soon as we can here. For now, we will have a GG scrum still within their own territory, but good defending by the GGs there.
And we're just getting the scrum set up.
Into the game for Queens, number 16, Eva Johnston, replacing Maddie May, wearing number 22. And into the game for Queens, number 22, Olivia Dubois, in for number 21,
That is a great
Sophia
scrum,
Taffel.
8-man pick. Nice attack, looking for an exit strategy here.
Ball now to the short side to Winnie O. Winnie O driving up into contact. Latremoy, she'll hold on herself. She'll be taken to ground. Getting close to that sideline here, the GGs. Stiles, good take there by Stiles. A few yards gained. Latremoy. Now the ball at the back for the kick. And that kick's gone straight out of bounds. Oh, straight out of bounds off of the foot of the GGs. So an unfortunate error there for the GGs. They did gain some ground on their hit 'em up play there. However, we will go back to where the kick was taken from. Substitutions now for Ottawa coming into the game. Number 17, Deborah Oiteron, and number 16, Dorcas Poe out of the game for Ottawa.
Number 1, Sophie McDonald, and number 2, Emma Wade.
So some front row substitutions there for the GGs. We will have a line out here for Queens. Good ball up. Taken on by Schoenfeld. Queens looking to drive forward on this maul. Still moving forward are the Gales. The ball is in that maul somewhere. Queens still looking to drive forward. Now it will go to ground. Queens will have to present this ball.
That is messy.
But there was a penalty against the GGs there.
For collapsing the maul, I think is what this is
I believe
called.
so. Right off the bat there, when Schoenfeld came to ground, it seemed that she was taken off her feet a little bit. So Gibson will kick for another line out.
Ooh, that was a mistake. The wind took that and it didn't make touch, and so it went through the end zone.
So we will have a scrum for the GGs from where that kick was taken. So I agree. I think the wind just took that kick from Gibson and it went all the way out the back of the try zone rather than in touch. So a fortunate break there for the GGs.
It has been windy today. In the game earlier today between Guelph and Laval, a ball would be kicked and literally looked like the wind came in and picked it up and moved it backwards. So it can wreak havoc on a game.
So another fortunate break here for the GGs. They will get possession of that ball rather than a deep line out in favor of Queens. So we will have a scrum down for the GGs, again in their own territory around the 22-meter line. Big push put on there by Queens this time, and there will be a penalty against the GGs. Queens wanting to take it quickly, however, they will slow it down again here. And it seems that Anna Dodge is in some discomfort after that collapsed scrum there for the GGs. Medical team will come out to have a look at Dodge.
Like I said, this is quite a physical game.
You can hear the Queens faithful cheering on their team. Queens has kicked that ball for touch, so we will have a line out here after Anna Dodge is looked at by the medical team.
And the game seems to have gone back to the more forward style of play with a slow ball, pick and go style rather than moving it wide like it was for the beginning of this half.
Dodge will stay in the game. These athletes putting their bodies on the line here in this bronze medal final. Ball is up. Good hands there from Schoenfeld for Queens. Queens looking to drive forward. Queens now with forward momentum around the 5-meter line. Queens still moving forward. Queens, now the maul will come down. Queens will have to present this ball. Advantage here for Queens. Thompson looking to get that ball out, and there will be a penalty again against the GGs. And it looks like Gibson's going to kick for touch again. We're going to have another line out for Queens.
These are hard miles or inches that they're putting on here. This is a lot of physical work for these forwards to constantly maul, scrum, work off pods, pick and goes. That's the kind of game that we thought we'd see from these two teams, but it's definitely must be hard on their bodies at this point in the game.
Absolutely. Queens again will go to the line out. That ball goes over the top and kicked forward by the GGs. Now cleaned up in the backfield by Bonds. Now Stevenson, now Cullum. Matsukubo just past her hands. Good pressure there from the GGs. Kennedy Stevenson will take this ball and pop back out to Dubois. Thompson now. Gibson. Gibson short ball, but that's been knocked forward off of the hands of number 19, Swemmer, just looking to go with that short ball, but just a little bit too flat there for the Gales. We'll have a look here. Nice hit up there by Dubois, and then the Queens Gales want to go quickly through the backfield again. Thompson goes to the hands of Gibson and then just tipped off the hands of Swemmer there. Nice attempt for Queens, but knocked forward. So we will have another GG scrum.
That's frustrating when you feel like you're building your momentum and you're ready to go, and then a small error like that happens. It can deflate you just a little bit. Is it possible that this is another contact problem we have?
It may be.
This would be the third of the day.
And it is another contact issue, so I believe that is
That's okay. That's all right. It happens.
Dodge replacing her contact. Certainly want to be able to see the ball in this bronze medal match. So Dodge will get her contact sorted out, and we will have a GG's scrum. GG's doing a good job of relieving this pressure from the Gales. Gales have been on the front foot here for the last few minutes.
And the GGs have all of their backs on the far side of the field, GG's right side.
Latrimoy ready to place this ball for the GGs. Ball is in, good drive forward. Advantage being played for the GGs here. We will go back to the penalty against Queens. Just not driving straight, I believe, was the call there against one of the
And
Queens
she had
props.
warned Queens about that earlier. We discussed that.
Good kick for touch there from Latrimoy. Good clearance kick from her, relieving that pressure. Now up towards the halfway line. Good look at the sideline here. Great shot of Dodge now throwing in for the GGs on these lineouts. Here comes the GGs lineout. Ball is up. And that ball is now into the maul for the GGs. GGs looking to get forward momentum here. Well defended so far by Queens. Some slight movement, and that has not been presented by the GGs, so the Queens will draw the turnover.
She's actually calling a knock on, so they must have dropped the ball in the midst of that mess at one point.
So we will have a Queens scrum now, just over the halfway line of the UPEI Canada Games Alumni Field. Good look there at the Ottawa front row.
Patting each other on the back just to give a little bit of encouragement to get them through this next scrum. You can hear the fans on both sides going wild, wanting their team to be the one that wins.
Ball now in from Thompson to the back. Thompson. Donnelly. Now to Gibson. Good line here from Gibson. Gibson will keep. Good tackle there by the GGs. Gibson releases, gets up again. Thompson. Ball now into the hands of Donnelly. Big contact there in the midfield, but good job to stay on her feet as Swimmer. Thompson. Donnelly. Nice short ball there into the hands of Armitage. Armitage driving forward for Queens. Thompson. Cullum. Cullum keeps, big tackle there. Queens still in possession. Thompson, now Donnelly. Donnelly will keep ball in hand, driving forward, now taking to ground. Thompson. She'll go to Gibson again. Gibson will step back inside. Gibson now goes to ground. Thompson. Donnelly again. Donnelly now to Cullum. Cullum looking to pop. Keeps that ball in contact. Thompson, Donnelly. Now Grant. Thompson, Donnelly again. Donnelly now hitting up into the middle of the field, staying on her feet, now taken to ground. Hard yards here for the Gales. Thompson, now Bonds. Bonds will keep, show and go. It comes out in the contact, and it's been knocked forward by Queens. Ottawa now in possession. Latremoy right up the middle. Latremoy now taken to ground. Ottawa there in support. This is Comtois. Comtois, heavy contact, goes to ground. Ball now into the hands of the GGs once again. And we're going to go back to the original knock-on by the Gales. Furious pace here to this second half of this bronze medal match.
It is absolutely fantastic, the pace that they're working at here today. And you can constantly hear them, let's go, let's go. And it's really amazing to hear that encouragement consistently happening throughout the game. These girls are tired. There's about 10 minutes left and a tie game. This is exactly what you want in a bronze medal game at national championships.
Absolutely great play from both teams, back and forth. It's been a real war here this afternoon. Both teams just looking to get the edge to try and find the next try of this game. Again, referee just talking to these front rows about driving forward straight. You can't drive in from the side in that front row. Just going to move the scrum over about a foot just to get some better ground there, better traction for these players.
They really need to be careful about being square in this front row, or she'll get a penalty soon, because it seems that she's almost fed up with that.
So we will have a GG scrum. Latremoy will place this ball. Big drive again from Queens, taken off the back by Dodge. Well done by Dodge to get that ball out of that scrum under pressure. Dodge still on her feet. Great drive here from Dodge. Now taken off the back again by the GGs. Queens is over that ball, but cleared out. Latremoy pops now to Comtois. Cole now. Huff. Huff right up the middle. Great line from Huff. Huff in space. Huff still on her feet. GG's there in support. Great line from Victoria Huff. Ball now into the hands of Noseworthy. GG's still with the ball. This is Comtois. And Magnuson. Ball now, Comtois driving right up the middle. Latremoy. Now Cole. Cole steps inside. Latremoy will go short to Comtois. Comtois there, Comba there in support. Latremoy. Now goes short to Dodge. Dodge again, great leg drive from Anna Dodge. And a penalty against Queens. It's going to go quick from Latrimoy. Latrimoy driving. Another advantage being played here for Ottawa. Taken off the back by the GGs. Picked again by the Ottawa GGs. They're getting close now. Ball pick by the forwards. Keeping it in tight here are the GGs. Driving forward for the line. And it's going to be Leah Stiles again for the GGs with the try.
That was incredibly impressive. They took that almost from their own 22 with those hard miles with the forwards, except for that beautiful run by Huff.
And you see the Laval Rouge et Or RCQ conference rivals cheering on the GGs. Look at this play here from the GGs. Patient play from the forwards. And ultimately, you see here at the back, number 6, Leah Stiles, who had a similar try earlier in this game. Great low position here from her, and drives through the line for the try for the GGs.
She almost made a little dummy to the right, and so the Queen's defense moved and just left this little hole, and she was able to poke through.
The GGs are elated after that score, and after that penalty deep in Queen's territory, I thought perhaps that the GGs may slow it down and take the penalty kick, but they backed themselves. And
they did
rewarded.
back themselves, and they know they need the points. A penalty kick, gives them a little bit of safety, but this widens the gap a bit more. And we're running out of time, quite frankly, at this point.
Huff with the convert, and it goes off the post.
This is an amazing game for fans.
The drama here this afternoon in this bronze medal match. So that convert just goes off the post for Huff. Huff with an amazing run to set up that try for the GGs. Now the score is Ottawa 22, Queens 17.
And the GGs were just playing with patient power. That whole series that led there, like I said, with the exception of Huff's big burst run.
Absolutely, and out of the game here, that's Ella Blythe, the earlier try scorer for the GGs. Coming in replacement, we have number 23, Tian Weens for the GGs. So a 5-point game here late in this bronze medal match. Great take there from Anna Dodge. Dodge driving into contact. Ooh. Latrimoy, she'll recycle quickly. Ball right up the gut there from the GGs. Latrimoy, she'll go to the short side now. That's Winnie O into contact. Queens looking to poach. And Queens does poach that ball. Great job there.
That was great work by Jane Armitage.
Absolutely.
I was about to say that I thought Ottawa would try to really slow it down, maintain possession, try to kill the clock a little bit, but then amazingly, Jane Armitage was able to get over there and steal that ball. Join U Sports on CBC next week for wall-to-wall coverage of the beautiful game as the 8 best women's university teams head to Halifax for the BMO U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Catch every moment of the exciting action from Dalhousie University. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
That ball in the lineup for Queens was just overthrown, and Marley Magnuson comes down with it. GG's now with possession. Latrimoy, Cole, Huff driving into contact. Latrimoy, now Comtois. Good job to maintain possession of that ball. Latrimoy, Cole, quick pop there, goes out the back of the hands. It's gone backwards, and it's cleaned up. Ottawa now close to their own sideline here. And there's going to be a penalty against the GGs. And Queens will take over possession again. Furious action here in this bronze medal match. Again,
Queens will be feeling great pressure at this point. We have 2.5 minutes left on the clock. However, obviously that's the referee's discretion once we get there. And Queens will be desperate to get this. They need a try. Pretty quickly here.
Queens will elect for the scrum off of that penalty. Lots of room out wide here. We have the Queens backs set up in space. Lots of options in the backfield here. Scrum placed by Thompson. Big drive from the Gales. Thompson now will take it. Thompson to the hands of Donnelly. Donnelly now to Cullum. Cullum will be taken down around the 22. Thompson, she'll go back to the middle of the field. Donnelly now steps back inside, wrapped up there by the GGs. Thompson, Gibson. Now Matsukubo. Matsukubo stays on her feet. Great run by Matsukubo. Thompson. Now to the hands of Donnelly again. Short ball there to Grant. Good job by Grant to hang on to that ball. Big counter ruck from the GGs. Gibson now. Gibson steps back inside. Gibson still on her feet. Now taken down. Queens gaining ground here. Picked off the back by Armitage. Picked again here by the Queens Gales. That was Swemmer. Now pop to Gibson. Good pressure there from Stiles by the GGs. Queens maintains the ball. Now taken quickly off the back. That's Johnston. Johnston driven back. Here's the ball now into the hands of Grant.
This is incredible defense by Ottawa right now. Queens are knocking on the door and Ottawa keeps shutting them down.
Pinkerton now picks off the back. Dubois now. Dubois driving, taken down by Stiles. Now Gibson. Gibson driving. Gibson's gonna score the try for the Queens Gales.
Of course it's Gibson scoring the try. She is a never die, and I kept watching. The team is waiting for an opportunity for her to cross the line, and my goodness, she pulled it out when they needed to pull it out.
What a set of phases from the Gales, just not giving up here on the ball. Nice pick there from Dubois, and then Thompson goes to Gibson. Gibson, little show, and then just shoves her way through to score that try for the Gales.
And the clock is at 70 minutes. We'll see how much extra time the referee has here. And if she gets this kick, it puts them ahead. And it makes it so sad that the last kick bounced off the post.
We'll see here if Gibson can slot this convert. All the drama here in this bronze medal game.
Gibson pulling it out when she has to, scoring the try, and now going for the kick as well.
20 seconds for Gibson to make this kick here, so she'll have to go fairly
Once
quickly.
the try is scored, they have 30 seconds to set it up.
Kick is up. And it's gone wide from Gibson. The game remains tied at 22-all between the Queens Gales and the Ottawa GGs. Unbelievable stuff here in this bronze medal game.
My heart is pounding, and I've been holding my breath for long periods of time. Looks like Tatiana Jackson is coming out, and a substitute has been put in for her, but I don't see the number for that.
A great game from Jackson. We'll have a restart here. Coming up next, 2 o'clock Eastern time, we have the main event, the national championship final between the UBC Thunderbirds and the UVic Vikes. Don't go anywhere. All of the drama continues here in Charlottetown this afternoon. We're all tied up here in this bronze medal game late in the second half between the GGs and the Gales. That ball is rolling, picked up by Matsukubo. Matsukubo now still spinning, ball in hand, goes to ground. Picked quickly off the back by the Gales. Dubois now, she'll go to Gibson. Gibson, Grant, nice ball there to Donnelly. Good tackle there from Stiles. Thompson, Gibson again. Gibson comes back inside. Gets taken down by the GGs. And a penalty against the GGs there. Queens will have an opportunity here to gain some field advantage. Gibson with the kick for touch. Great kick there from Gibson to gain some distance for the Gales. Again, just a reminder to those at home that the game clock that we have on screen is not the official time. Official time is with the referee. If we can listen in and hear how much time is officially left, we will let you know. But we are getting close to the end of this regulation time between the Queens Gales and the Ottawa GGs. Line out now for Queens. This ball is up into the hands of Gibson. A little bit of a miscue there from Queens, perhaps. Taken up into contact by Swemmer. Thompson. Gibson. Now Grant. Grant taken down. Good support there from Queens. Back to the short side goes Donnelly. Donnelly keeps the ball in hand. She's taken to ground. Queens. And now a penalty against Queens. Great job at the breakdown by number 17, Deborah Oyatron, for the GGs to cause that turnover. Latremoy will go quickly. Dodge. Dodge hitting up hard into contact. Double tackle by Gibson and Donnelly. Latremoy. Oyatron. Good run there from the GGs. Latremoy tries to go quickly. Now it's picked off. Queens now in possession.
This game is back and forth. It is so exciting to be a fan in the stands here today.
Ball's gone forward off of both hands. So we will have a Queens scrum right around the center field line. Furious, furious action here. Just a reminder to those at home, if the game is scored at the end of regulation, we will have 2 10-minute overtime periods, and it will be total points. There are tiebreaker formats, but that's all you need to know for now.
U Sport Coach of the Year there looking on to cheer on his GGs.
We'll go to 2 10-minute overtime periods if this game is still tied at the end of regulation. Ball in now, stolen by the GGs. Dodge, right off the back, driving forward. Ottawa, taken now by Stiles. Stiles goes to ground. GG's now attacking. Ball in the hands of Comtois, bobbled but kept. GG still with the ball. Latremoy. Magnuson. Magnuson into contact. Latremoy goes to Kamba. Kamba driving. Kamba taken down. Latremoy tries to go short to Comtois, just off the hands. Knocked forward by the GGs. Queens now recovers. Thompson. Donnelly. Now out the back they go. Nice ball inside to Cullum. Cullum in space now. Cullum taken down. Great tackle there from Huff, but pops again to Donnelly. Queens still driving forward. Donnelly now. Thompson. She'll go to Grant. Grant now again out the backfield. That's Swemmer. Swemmer driven back. Thompson. Now the ball goes into the hands of Pinkerton. Thompson. Now Gibson. Gibson shoves one off, taken to ground. Thompson again. Now Donnelly pops to Grant. Grant taken down. Thompson. Donnelly again. Donnelly keeps. Donnelly still on her feet. Now goes to ground. Thompson. Cullum. Cullum stepping. Cullum through space. Cullum is going to score for the Queens Gales. Rachel Cullum scores for the Queens Gales. Elation for Queens. Heartbreak for the GGs. What a score from Rachel Cullum right up the middle.
She pulled that out just when they needed. Queens fans are on their feet. Let's watch this again. It was incredible. What an ending to this epic bronze medal game.
Unbelievable line from Cullum here. Let's have a look. Thompson goes into the hands of Cullum, and just look at that line she takes, finds some space, and goes all the way in for the try. What a score from Rachel Cullum.
I said it a while ago that it's like hot knife through butter when she gets that ball. She is so smooth, and she seems to create space or find space out of nothing. That was incredible.
And that will be the end of this bronze medal match between the Queens Gales and the Ottawa GGs. Final score, 29 for Queens to Ottawa, 22 on the very last play of the game. Unbelievable stuff here from Charlottetown. You see just how happy the Queens Gales are with that win, and then on the other side, the dejection from the GGs. An incredible match between these two teams.
Just such a valiant effort on both sides, and the defense out of Ottawa in the last 10 minutes has been incredible, but that just the desire, that passion that need for Queens to cross the line was too strong, and in the end they were able to overcome in dying minutes, like way over time on the clock. Very
Absolutely.
impressive.
Great play in this bronze medal game from both teams. A really unbelievable match, back and forth the entire time, coming out in favor of the Queens Golden Gales. Final score 27 for the Gales to 22 for the GGs. Dramatic stuff here from Charlottetown. And a great look there.
We can
the
see
Queens
tears
Gales.
of joy from Queens and some tears of sadness from Ottawa. I know Ottawa is sad right now, but they played a fantastic game, and it was so physical, so many big hits, and it was just such a joy to be here to watch that.
Absolutely, just incredibly exciting rugby on display here. Wonderful student athletes on screen for both teams, and just the back and forth action all game long. Let's have a look at this game-winning try. Cullum just splits right up the middle, backs herself, and she's heading for that line. There was no way anyone was going to be able to stop Cullum on that run. Just straight up the middle and touches that ball down. What a try from Rachel Cullum.
And we can see Huff coming in. Huff had a great game as well.
Absolutely. And Rachel Cullum, there's a look at your try scorer, winning the bronze medal in this 2024 U Sports National Championship for the Queens Gales. You can see how much it means to these players.
I'm trying to collect it in my head, but this is, I think, the third bronze medal win for Queens in a row.
Absolutely amazing stuff from the Gales to pull that game out at the death.
Ugh.
And you have a good look here at the handshake. That was a real war between these two teams, but
sure
all
was.
sportsmanship between these players. Lots of respect on both sides of this ball.
Oh, my heart rate is just starting to come down now. We were very excited here in the dying moments of that game. Oh, such good rugby.
There's another look at your bronze medalist, Queens Gales. It means so much to these student athletes to come home from this national championship with some hardware. For some of these players, it will be their last game in university rugby on both sides of the pitch, so emotions running high, joy and elation for Queens, and devastation for the GGs. However, the GGs had an absolutely unbelievable game on the other side of this ball.
And as we start to wrap up play of this game on this field, currently we can see the UVic Vikes making their way down to the field in preparation for the gold medal game, which will be next. And I'm guessing it will be a very similar fashion to the game we just saw.
Absolutely. If this bronze medal game was any indication of what's to come in the gold medal championship match, we're in for an amazing game between those two Canada West teams. There's
Head
a good
coach
look.
Dan Valley giving his last pep talk before the Queens Gales head over, and we'll have the presentation of player of the game.
And you see Rachel Cullum being lifted up by her teammates in celebration of her game-winning try.
That's fantastic. So excited. She pulled that one out of nowhere.
That was a real rabbit out of the hat for Cullum, for Queens, right up the middle of the field. We will have the players of the match coming up here shortly.
Firstly, congratulations to both teams on a game well played.
And there's a look at the GGs.
And
A
congratulations
truly
to both teams
wonderful
on an
game from
incredible
the
season.
GGs as well. Both
The
teams
player of
just
the
lining
game
up
from
for
the
the player
Ottawa
of the match
GGs, la joueuse du match,
presentation.
the GGs Ottawa, is number 8, Anna Dodge.
The player of the game for the GGs, number 8, Anna Dodge. A great game from Dodge. Great on the defensive side of the ball and some really strong runs from her. Big player in the scrum for the GGs.
And that is MJ Webster, the
And the player
president
of the
of the
game for the
PEI
Queens
Rugby
Gales, la
Union,
joueuse du match, the Gales, the Queens,
giving out these.
is number 10, Rachel Cullum.
And the player of the match for the Queens Gales is your game-winning try scorer, Rachel Cullum. She was amazing for Queens today. Some wonderful runs from her, and then a highlight reel try to win this bronze medal for Queens.
Yeah, well deserved.
Great look there at both teams. Final score in this bronze medal game between the Gales and the GGs. Queens coming out victorious on the final play of the match, 27-22. When we come back at 2 o'clock Eastern, we will have the gold medal game between the number 2 seed UBC Thunderbirds and the number 8 seed UVic Vikes, setting up an all Canada West final. Come back. You don't want to miss a minute of that. Again, 2 o'clock Eastern. It's what we're here for. It's that championship final. We'll be here.
Are we adding any time to the clock at all? Thank you to U Sports national partners of the championship. Nous tenons à remercier les partenaires nationaux U Sports du championnat. Baron Rings, CBC Sports, Fox 40, Gilbert, IAC, Nike Team, Shared Coups,